everyone, welcome to my channel, Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if this is your first time stopping in, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy what you hear and see. If you're returning from a previous video, as always, I appreciate your continued support. Today we are doing a whip and chat. I still have to record my month in review. It's going to be late again this year. I mean, this year. This month in review is going to be late this year. Anyway, so yeah, I've been on dog duty. I'm still trying to, what is it called? Edit the video I recorded last night, which is super long. And I'm not very far through it. I spent a lot of time with Moogie today, and she's currently in the crate. She's worn out. I wore her out. I was able to take a little nap with her, so that's good. So yeah, what we're going to do today is we are going to do a little bit of a whip and chat. You don't see a project on the table currently because I'm going to show you some of my swag. So if you're new to the channel, then you may not know, but I went to the Great Lakes retreat. It was from June 26th to the 30th, came home on Sunday the 30th. I recorded a video last night about my large Heaven and Earth Designs project that I'm really super excited about. I got all the materials like a day before I left, and I wasn't able to open it or look at anything or record anything. So that was a video that I was itching to do. And so, yeah, I know that a lot of people were hoping to get a whip and chat out of me this week and hear how the retreat went and all those things. So we're going to do that now. So I'm going to say I had a lot of fun. I did what I wanted to do, which was diamond paint. I did a lot of diamond painting. And it was just nice, honestly, to get away, not have a schedule, not have any responsibility, wake up when I wanted, which was early every day, do what I wanted, when I wanted, eat when I wanted, what I wanted. Yeah, and I did a lot of diamond painting, and I'll show you exactly what I got done in the project that I'm working on. It's actually going to be part of my month in review now at this point. But anyway, I got a new mug. This says Sauter Village, which is where we stayed. It's a pretty, pretty pink. I love this shape and style of a mug. So I brought one of my mug warmers there, and I just got this, and someone was kind enough. I think it was Ashley, Crafts with Crashley, brought her a Keurig. So one of my trips to Walmart, I went and bought a bunch of pods, put them up there. Anyone could use them, but I drank a ton of coffee, which is not new or any different. So yeah, we'll get into the daily routine. But I wanted to just show you some things. And I don't have everything, at least I don't think I do. I pulled out what I could. So they had a door prize where they had a lot of amazing prizes. I mean, like, the prizes were like amazing. They had a lot of diamond paintings. They had a lot of gift cards, pens, all kinds of things. So when my name got called, I went up and I actually got this trinket tray from Leopard Leatherworks. I will link their shop and their website and Facebook below. You know what? I need to make a list of things that I'm going to have to link. I already know this. Hold on. Yeah, let's make a list because I always forget. So, Leopard Leatherworks. Facebook and website. Okay, so I chose this trinket tray, and with it came a $25 gift card. Reason why I chose this, well, this is gorgeous, and it's really cute. I had it on the table next to me, and I put like my tweezers, my ceramic pen knife, and all of that in it, and I just had it next to me, my washi tape. So, but I wanted the gift card, so it's a $25 gift card because they were there. Carrie and Tim from Leopard Leatherworks were actually at the event. I got to meet them. Super cute, great couple, very friendly, very outgoing, you know, and they talked a lot about the process and their different pens and the styles and everything. So they're doing really, really well. If you've never bought a pen from them, I have quite a few of them. Actually, I have one in here. It's the one that I was, oh my gosh, it's not in here. Where did I put my pen? Oh, maybe it's in here. I think I was worried it was going to break. I don't know why. Okay, so here's my ceramic pen knife. This is stuff that did not come. This is stuff that did not come with. I have. No. I think, yeah, here it is. So I used this at the retreat all weekend. Oh my goodness, I put it back in its little cute bag that they give you with their logo. So this is actually not, I did not purchase this pen for the canvas that I'm currently doing with this pen, but it matched, so I decided to use it. So yeah, so I'm using one of their pens currently, but yeah, you know, he measures and fits the pen to your liking. And yeah, I really, really love this pen. So, but while Carrie and I were talking, she's working on a pen for me. Well, she's going to be working on a pen for me. She knows what I'm looking for. She knows, you know, what canvas I'm looking to match. And so I was like, you know, I plan on purchasing something from them in the very near future. Might as well go ahead and get a gift card. And I got this super cute trinket tray on top of it. So this was my door prize. And then all this stuff around me. Well, this is what I kitted up my canvas that I was doing there. So we're just going to move that. And so this was inside the swag bag. Oh, let me show you the actual bag. It's a very nice travel bag. Look at this bag, guys. Look how cool this bag is. It is, don't mind that. But look at this bag. It has a ton of pockets. This is like a wet pocket, so like anything wet can go in here and it won't make anything else wet. Here's another pocket. There's like mesh pockets in here. It's very large. This goes through, but there's a pocket in the front here. They gave us these great keychains that are, there's a lot of like, this was the logo. I don't know if this is the logo every year, but this was the logo. And so there was a lot of this logo on things, which was super cute. I got a pair of binoculars. I don't know if this charm was different on people's, but you can see it's a beaded keychain. Yeah, and it has these great thick handles. And then this handle was inside. So inside this bag was a ton of stuff. One of the things was this canvas from Crystal Canvas Arts. Yeah, Crystal Canvas Arts Designs. Actually, this wasn't the canvas that I got. I got the flowers. So there was, I think, like 5 running around. There was a duck, a phoenix, a frog, flowers, and a dragon. And I got the flowers. Someone was walking around asking, does anybody have flowers? I said, I do. And they were all cute. I mean, you really couldn't have gone wrong. But you know how much I love animals. And the frog was just so cute. I thought, so I traded for the frog because he's adorable. Look how cute he is. 40 colors in this. So this is licensed by Crystal Canvas Arts Designs. So yeah, we're doing a little unboxing here, huh? 40 colors in this, and they're all crystals because it's Crystal Canvas Arts Designs, right? And what was I going to say? Oh, does it say the size on here? I think, oh, 30 by 30. Yeah, it's a 30 by 30. So it's so cute. And then here's all the crystals. They're individually bagged. So I don't know if this is available on, if they gave ones that are available on the website. I have no idea. But is it called anything? It doesn't have a name on here. So I would just type in frog, I guess, if you're interested. But yeah, they're all crystals, different. So here's a bunch of different pinks. Here's some dark blues. Some yellows and oranges and ambers. Some more pinks. And they're in number order. So I'm not going to go crazy here and show them all to you. I'm just letting you see. They're all crystals. Round crystals. And then it came with a little toolkit, and I just needed to see this because I've never received a black small tray, and I'm so in love with this thing. You guys know I love, and it there. I'm trying to see, does this glitter move? No, this is a black glitter tray. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. 2 pieces of blue heart wax here, and a basic pen. No multi-placers, no squishy. So this is a very basic toolkit, but this black tray is killing it. Don't we love this tray? I love this tray. Oh, this tray is gorgeous. Okay, let's put it away for now. We'll put it away for now. Okay, so this was in my swag bag. Well, not this specific canvas, but one of these Crystal Art Designs. Everybody got one in their swag bag. And then we also got this diamond painting. Now, it's the, so it must not, so it's the symbol or the logo for the retreat. It says Great Lakes Escape. And it was really cute. They did a great job. You can see how much work was put into it. All the people that were in charge of running the event and organizing the event. Jennifer Roberts. I don't know everybody's name. Rochelle from Bling It Up. I will link. Okay, let me put this. So Crystal Canvas Arts. I know Jen Roberts' mom helps. I don't believe she's a creator. Crashley. And I'm going to talk about her again because she gave out something. And Bling It Up. Yeah. Bling It Up has Rottweilers too. We had a lot to talk about. She's awesome. Rochelle. Okay, so this is, I don't know what company this is from. Oh, it says Shine Bright with DpwithSparklers. Wow, so they made these canvases. Okay, that's awesome. I did not get that. So I know they said that there was a lot of special drills that were already charted. Obviously, you can see I did not open it. There were some people that were working on it, and they switched a couple things, but they did do a lot that was already charted, and then they were trying different things out. So basic toolkit, we got a pen, we got some multi-placers, a regular white boat, and a pad of the pink wax here. Here is your sticker sheet. Actually, it's not a sticker sheet, but here is your inventory sheet. And you could certainly run this through a Xyron sticker maker and create labels for this. There are 32 colors in this kit. It's a 50 by 50. Let's see. I'm guessing that if it says a C next to it, maybe it's a crystal. I'm not sure. If that's the case, then there's 1, 2, I don't know. But it's a lot of color blocking. It's really cute. It's a round diamond painting, so it would work up really quickly, actually. And it's by DpwithSparklers, Shine Bright with DpwithSparklers. That's awesome. How cool is that if they would start making diamond, maybe they do make diamond paintings and I don't realize it. I'm on their site all the time. All right, so I'm pulling out the special drills. I'm not gonna pull out all of the drills. These look fantastic though, really flat bottoms. But we'll just look at the special drills. I don't think that you can purchase this canvas, so, but these are from DpwithSparklers, and you guys know how much I love them. So this is a 951 AB. This is a 3856 AB. This is a 3755 AB. If you're new to diamond painting and you don't know what ABs are, then let me show you on this one. You can see that there's like an iridescent coating on the rounded top of these drills, which is what you would see when you lay it down on your canvas. And then the flat bottoms are just the plain color. So this is an 813. Yeah, so the C, 3818C for crystal, 312C for crystal, and then the XCO is actually a fairy dust or pixie dust. So hematite, how cool is that? Hematite. Does it say hematite on here? I don't know which one this is supposed to be. Oh, it does. It's a question mark. It just says hematite. So I guess, I'm guessing this is like a metallic. Very cool. So this was in our swag bag. So we got 2 diamond paintings, 2 full diamond paintings, a 30 by 30 and a 50 by 50. Yeah, so they tell you when you go to a retreat, make sure you leave room in your bag. They're not kidding. My bag was, so I flew Delta, and they let you, their bag limit, weight limit is 50 pounds, unlike Spirit, which I am not a fan of Spirit anymore. Their bag limit is 40, but Delta's bag limit is 50, and they, I was exactly at 50, literally 50.0 on the dot. So what else did we get? We got this small project. I think this was from, geez, I should have wrote this stuff down. I think this was from, was this from Sparkle Queen Creations? Because I know they were there too. I'm gonna just put their, so obviously DpwithSparklers. I have done a Sparkle Queen Creations canvas, and I heard she was there, and I never met her. I told you guys, I'm not the most outgoing person. Like, I sat at my table a lot, and I never lied. I'm a shy person, and I like to just sit and be in the background. And that's what I did. So this, I think this is from Sparkle Queen Creations, but I could be wrong. And if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize to the company that did provide this. But this is a cute little, yeah, like wall hanger. So cute. Little mermaid. And it's got all these special drills, crystals. And I think these were all the same in everybody's. I didn't see anybody else's, but I believe they were probably all the same. Also, in this swag bag was this suitcase tray by Archer Arts. And anything that's inside of it. I didn't take anything out. So, enjoy the adventure from Archer Arts. Some candies. And then, how cool is this? This is a tray. It's like 2 trays. There's lines in there. So, yeah, very cute. I do love me some Laffy Taffy. So I'm just keeping everything like this for now. And then Crafts with Crashley. Look how cute this is. Did personalized release papers. And so the whole theme was like passports, terminals, traveling. So crafting a world of possibilities. It's very cute. And so yeah, Kimba. I love it. I was talking to her, and she does personalized release papers. So like she could put soju on a release paper and mugi on a release paper. So I'm definitely going to be doing that in the future. I just got to, I have to pick out pictures. This is from Bella Art DeNicole. This is one of their trays. It's a gridded tray. So I got to try that out. It's really cool. And look at, someone was like, look at the detail on that tray. No kidding. That's crazy. So yeah, gorgeous. Oh, so this is an extra pixie dust that they gave us for the Great Lakes canvas to try. Yeah. And it tells you where to put it. So again, this is from DpwithSparklers. This was in the swag bag. Oh Snap Crafters Cafe. The Uncrafty Crafter. She gave out Oh Snap dots. And look, she put the symbol on here again. These are glue dots. So they actually are, it looks like they're glitter. And they smell really nice. Wow. How does she do that? So, everybody's, wow, these smell amazing. I don't know what the smell is, but I love it. It doesn't say. Scented, it just says scented. I feel like it's apple cinnamon. Wow, or maybe cherry. I don't know. They smell really good. So many. Everybody's so talented. Yeah, so these are glue dots. I'm definitely gonna have to try these. And then this is from Putty Buddy. Oh my goodness. Let me write these people down. See. Okay, Crashley I have. Oh Snap. Crafters Cafe and Putty Buddy. It says it's on Facebook. I have to find them and follow them. So I haven't tried this putty yet. You guys know that I've been digging my Joy's putty, but I'm always willing to try new things. It leaked out and it's stuck. Hold on. There we go. Wow, this is a big piece, and this smells, oh man, this smells like, for a second there, it smelled like bubble gum, like grape bubble. It kind of does smell like grape bubble gum. Why do I always want to eat this stuff? But it's got a little bit of glitter in it. It's very pretty. It's a big chunk. Putty Buddy. So, I have a new putty to try. It's a nice big piece. I think that, oh, and then this is also from Tima. She was so sweet. She's got the cutest accent and voice, and her daughter's adorable. Great Lakes. I think that this is to line up on your corners to make sure that you're lining up. Great Lakes 2024 DP with Sparklers, like rulers, and then a cover minder. And mine, they gave out different ones that had traveling themes, and this one is a camera. I'm going to get it out of here. You're coming with me, kid. There's something sharp on my camera. I felt it. I don't know what this is, but it's sharp and it's sticking. It's like a piece of sharp metal. Okay, there it is. It's cute. I guess it's gonna get back on it. I don't know where to put that metal. It flew up the bag onto that magnet. Okay, so this was in the swag bag, and then this was in the swag bag. So it was like a toiletry care kit with all kinds of goodies, pair of scissors, which came in super handy. I put it on my trinket tray here. Nail file, alcohol pads, very nail clippers, chapstick, which I used. I'm going to use it again. It smells like vanilla. Tissues. I will keep out a razor. This scented lotion. I didn't open it yet. Ooh, I forgot about this, a shower steamer. And this keychain, inspirational keychain, you are amazing, mine said. Oh, I put my own, I didn't want to go on the plane with these scissors, so I put my own scissors in there. And then Rhonda from Dip in Time, let me put her on here. She and I met up at the airport and we waited for Deb together. She gave everybody a little duck that she glued a tiny magnet on as a cover minder. It's really cute. She put this on everybody's spot. She is a character. Rhonda, if you're listening, you are funny. She was like all over the place. But you knew where to find me at my seat or at the Keurig. Okay, so that was that. And then, so I think that's most of the swag stuff. If I'm missing something, I apologize. But I did go up into the vendors and I bought this. This was a pack. It's called 4 Seasons. And this is, these are they're called, it's a mini set. It says 4 squares, S4 squares. So these are mini rounds. So Zelda, you were saying, am I seeing rounds in your square diamond painting? Yes, you were. And these are the ones that you can use. They're smaller. You can't use these on a regular round diamond painting because they're too small, because the squares are smaller than the rounds. And in order to fit rounds on a square diamond painting, you need to use these little mini ones. So I actually bought this whole pack. It was $36, which I thought was a great deal. And I used a lot of this one, the Opal Sky glass, glow glass. I used, I think, some of maybe Daybreak. It was either Daybreak or, no, I didn't use Metallic Arctic, I don't think. I think that's what I used. This would actually, the champagne would actually look pretty in her dress. Might have to keep that out. Here's another one, an Opal Pearl. So the 4 Seasons, so here we have Autumn, Coffee, Light Topaz, Moss, Charcoal, Blue Opal, Metallic Blue, and Navy. So a lot of great colors in here, and I specifically, so guys, if you watched my, was it my kit up or my unboxing? My unboxing of the Bella Art Diamonds, where I charted out special drills. If you remember, I bought 2 packets that had the asterisks and said, just FYI, there might be some, you know, larger ones in here. And I was like, oh, well, I'm only going to use it on the dress and the wing, so I'll pick through it. I had to pull them off and throw them away. I just threw the whole bags out because you don't really understand, like, they look like they're gonna fit. They all look like they're gonna fit. I spent like 2 hours trying to make it work. Pulling off ones. Okay, this one looks too big. This one looks like it's a better size. And popping. After 2 hours, I was like, oh my God, I can't. I'm just gonna leave the wing undone because I wanted it to look more like a wing, like see-through, translucent, with a bunch of sparklers in it. And the ones that I bought, it just wasn't working. I just had to rip them all off. I put down ones, pulled off ones, put down smaller ones that I thought were smaller. It just was not working. It was a pain in the arse. So I just took them all off. And I was like, you know, I'll go up to the vendors and I'll see what they have. And all they had were boxes, like package deals like this. They didn't have individual bags. The person I had that I had to buy gifts for Secret Santa, her name was Donna, and she brought a couple canvases that she did some serious blinging up on. Oh my God, my plant needs water. There's 3 yellow leaves there. Oh my God. I'm killing my mom's plant. I gotta water that plant. I'm sorry. I just noticed these leaves. Oh, okay. And she did some crazy things, and I never seen the rounds used in squares, and I was always like, I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. But seeing them on her canvas, I was like, those look amazing. So I was I wasn't going up there specifically looking for that, but when I saw this packet and I went through the colors and I was like, this could be a color I could use. This could be a color I could use. I was open to using these because I saw them on a canvas, and I was like, so, you know, I did learn things at this event. That's a cool thing, is that you do learn diamond painting things. You see what other people do and use, and you get ideas. And so it was, you know, I went a little rogue on this. I can't sit here and tell you exactly what I did on this diamond painting because I used a lot more liberties, seeing what other people did and saying, okay, I don't have to do color for color and blah, 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 and all that. So I'll try my best to go over what I did, but I'm not even quite sure. But anyway, so I saw this packet. I went through it. I liked a lot of the colors. I thought it would go well. I went ahead and bought this, and I was able to fill in the wing. So yeah, very, very happy with this purchase. Okay. Also, the lady who had me for Secret Santa, her name was Melissa. She didn't even know I had a channel. I don't know if she went and saw and found me out. I have no idea. Just gonna say she was amazing. Like, I loved every single gift she gave me. She gave me zebra cakes in every single one of my bags. And I've never had a zebra cake before. And I thought, you know, I wonder if she watches my channel and she saw the unboxing of the Dreamers Designs Loving Zebras. And I specifically got that one because Bob's cancer ribbon for the neuroendocrine tumor is a zebra ribbon, right? So, you know, when she came up to me, because at the end we reveal who we are. So she came up and she gave me my last gift, and I asked her, I said, do you watch my channel? I was wondering if the zebra cakes were because of the canvas I unboxed, and she's like, no, she didn't even know I had a channel. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, even that was perfect. She gave it to me because I said I liked vanilla cakes, which I ate them all. They were so good. Now I'm obsessed with zebra cakes. I never had them before, and now I never knew what I was missing. So now I'm like obsessed with these zebra cakes. Ugh, I need to go out and get more because I ate the last one today. But this was one of the gifts. One of the gifts was a garden flag. And you guys know, if you have been watching me, I just bought Bob for Father's Day a Rottweiler garden flag. So I thought that was funny. But she bought me one. It's already out front. Bob put it out front for me. So I don't have that to show you, but she gave me this, which came in handy. I was like, oh, did you know that I'm probably going through the change? Because, yeah, I need this. I did need this every once in a while. Like, I would get cold and I would put my sweater on and then I'd start sweating. And I was like taking paper, you know, the old fashioned. And then I got this gift and I was like, holler. So, yeah, I'm like, I'm putting this on my desk. And every once in a while I turn it on and just let it like blow on me. And I'd be like, who's that, Marilyn Monroe? Yeah. So this was awesome. She gave me a blanket, which I can never have enough blankets. I love blankets. Yeah, they were perfect. The gifts were amazing. I absolutely adored every single gift. And the first gift, when I opened it up, there was, I think, Reese's. Or no, licorice. Because I said that I like, have you guys ever had the Australian licorice, like Wallabies? So good. So much better than Twizzlers, in my opinion. And I opened it up and those were in. I was like, how'd she know? And yeah, Jen was like, maybe because you wrote it down on your Secret Santa list. And I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, so I'm not always the brightest bulb in the box. But anyway, I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I did exactly what I said I was gonna do. I went there with the intentions of getting a lot of diamond painting in. I did not want to come home and be like, oh, I just want to diamond paint. So I actually came home on Sunday, didn't touch a diamond paint. I actually haven't really diamond painted since I've been home, and it's Tuesday night. I've been on dog duty, so spending a lot of time with Moogie, going on a lot of walks. She's walking so good, and yeah, just playing fetch with her. I took her out. I was like spraying the hose in her, not in her face, but I put it on mist and I was like spraying it in the air and she's like trying to catch the water. It was so funny. She's jumping up. So I spend a lot of time with her. And I posted on my Instagram, like me hugging on her. I'll put it in here if you're not on Instagram. When I came home, we were snuggling and Bob surprised me with her in the back seat when he came to pick me up, because I asked him, I was like, are you gonna bring her? And he was like, no. And then he ended up bringing her. So, but I'm gonna pull out a project now. I'm gonna actually pull out the Bella Art Diamonds one. So this is how I had it in my suitcase. I did put it in its box, and I did keep the dust cover. And because I did some of it, I rolled it with the drills out. So if you, because there is no spacing between the squares, you know, you're supposed to roll the squares with the drills out. And yeah, look how perfect it came. No popping, everything's nice and smooth. But guys, Bella Art Diamond squares are, and look at that wing. Oh my God. I'm a chatterbox tonight, aren't I? I had a lot of coffee and I'm drinking it still. So what's in, okay, you can see everything perfect. So this is what I was able to get done. I think it's more than half. Yeah, it's a little more than half. I was able to do 3 rows. This tripped me up forever and a day. So I really think I would have gotten a lot further. I think, I don't know. Oh guys, it's the next day. Look at this. I have all this out because yeah, I was talking and my phone stopped recording. and I think I was talking for a good 20-30 minutes, and when I realized it stopped recording, I was like, you know what, I'm going to bed. So I went to bed. Bob came home. He wasn't feeling well, so he was at work, and he ended up coming home because he started to feel a little sick. So we went to bed together, and yeah. So I'm sorry. They're mowing the lawn across the street. Hopefully they're done. I don't know, but I'm limited on time. Like I don't have as much time as I'd like to record and edit and all the things. So I'm just gonna go ahead and record this, and I hope that the lawnmower doesn't bother you guys too much. So I started to go into what exactly I did on this Bella Art Diamonds canvas, and I bought 2 sparklers that had that C description. They were very well discounted, and it said that it had come to their attention that a lot of the drills were too large for the spaces, and I was like, oh, I'll pick them out. Well, it's not that easy. It is not that easy. They all look like they're going to fit, and then they don't fit, and things are pushing and things aren't fitting, and I messed with it and messed with it and messed with it and lost 2 hours of my life trying to do this wing with it. And I finally just said, you know what, gonna leave it blank, threw them out, and went up to the vendors, and DpwithSparklers was there, thank God. And they did not sell like individual packs. Like, you know, they didn't have a bunch of, they had sets. They had a lot of boxes, and it can get quite pricey, right? So they had these sparkler sets filled with all of these packs for $36. They had some 4 rounds, that they had the bigger round drills in them, and then some with these mini rounds, 4 squares. I've always been, and I've known about these, and I've been afraid to try them until I saw Donna, who was actually the lady that I had to buy for Secret Santa. She brought a couple of her canvases that she blinged up, and they were amazing. I mean, and she was like, she did her own thing. She, you know, I have been very much a color for color, so DMC for DMC, not very much going off the grid. But she went completely off the grid, and she did some fantastic different things to her canvases. They were gorgeous. And so when I saw that these mini rounds in her square diamond paintings, I got to see how they looked on them, and I loved it. I thought it looked beautiful. And so I was brave enough to try it. So when I saw this pack, because there were quite a few boxes there, and they were just too expensive for me at the time. You know, I would love to buy them in the future, buy a set, buy a box, but I couldn't afford it at the time. So they had this, which was $36, and quite a bit of sparkles, right? So I asked, can I sift through these so I can, and they were like, sure. And I looked through, and I liked this one. I thought it looked a little like glass. It's called Opal Sky Glow Glass. Well, yeah, it looked like glass to me, right? So I thought it would give me that translucent, transparent look to this wing. And that's the one that as you can see, there's quite a bit missing. So here's one that I didn't use at all. That's how full the packets are. So yeah, I used that in the wing, and I used that where it had the symbol T. So I went rogue on this canvas. I didn't do color for color. I took a page out of Donna's book and I did a little of my own maneuvering things here. And tea was, what was tea? Was it tea? Oh, geez. No, it was Y. I'm sorry. Y. Which is 959. Let me show you what color it was supposed to be. This. Okay. Well, I subbed it for this. Okay. Now, I did the pixie dust in the leaves. This 913, it's the anchor. I did that square for square. Okay. I did the K 927 in the leaves. Okay. And in the wing. What was 913 in the wing? I actually did this one, 452, this beautiful rainbow like crystal, a crystal AB. So that was, instead of doing the green in the wing, I did that. I did G for G 964 in the wing. And I think I did this one. And maybe I did this one, Opal Pearl. And that was, I think that was supposed to be 3072, which is, I'm so sorry about the lawnmowers. Which was this. So I think I did this. Okay. Now, I did not do any pixie dust in the girl, in her skin, but I did a lot of pixie dust and ABs in the squirrel. For the happy face, I'm doing this 676. It's kind of got a yellow tinge to it. Here's the happy face. Okay. So the happy face is in the background here. I use the regular drill in the background, but I'm using this AB, this 676 AB in her dress for the happy face. I used this 948 for the percent sign in the sky and in the squirrel. And I'm going to use it in her dress as well. These, you see this and this and this and this and this and here, here, here. She's got flowers in her flower. So the center is a charted AB. They're charted AB, and then around it I used this one, 842. It's like a gold champagne. And I really love how it's very subtle, but I just love that color so much. And I keep thinking maybe I should change it. Like maybe I should change it to something more dramatic. To, I don't know, even a blue or something, or this peacock. But I just love the subtleness in her brown hair. I just love it. So I'm leaving it because, you know, you got to do what moves you too. I do have these up here along the top of the squirrel's tail, and I'm thinking I might take those out. I don't think I'm going to keep those there. I'm not sure. They don't really make sense. So I might just take those out. Or I might take this out at least. I'm not sure why it goes up like that. It's supposed to be his hair. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So, but yeah, that's what I did. I have these now. And actually wanted to keep one of them out just in case I could use it in her dress. It was called Champagne. This light topaz, coffee, autumn. Sun-kissed is gorgeous. Like maybe I should put sun-kissed in here, but oh, here it is. I did move it aside, Champagne. So I'm gonna leave that aside. I'm just gonna put these back. So this was my only vendor buy, actually. I didn't really spend a lot on vendors. I was gonna buy a Bella Art Diamonds canvas, but they didn't have the one I was looking for. So I'm just gonna end up pre-ordering it. If they had Bella Art Essential trays, I would have bought some of them. But Debbie did gift me one. So I love it. The funny thing is she gave it to me and it matched a lot of these background colors. But I could use it like on the yellow and the squirrel. Okay, so I'm gonna set up to actually diamond paint now because I haven't diamond painted in almost since I've been home. So you know how I get. Start getting the withdrawal. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up here. Let's turn this on. I have my washi tape. I chose this washi tape. Take this off. So you guys are not going to see a whole lot of anything but leaves here while we chit chat. Just going to lay my washi down. So this is how I diamond paint. I generally lay washi down as my guide. Use my nifty scissors here. And then go ahead and block off what I'm going to do. Like that. These are really pointy, so you got to keep those on there. Okay, and then let me just adjust you. And clip. I like to clip my canvas down. So I honestly do this because of the whip and chats, because I've learned that if I don't, I move it all around while I'm recording. You can see it slipping and moving. So I started to do this. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm going to adjust you guys and go to the bathroom, but you didn't need to know that. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, they're still out there. Hopefully they're going to be leaving soon. So let's go ahead and get my ceramic pen knife. Going to just cut along here. Yeah, so let's talk about the retreat. So my favorite parts about the retreat. One is obviously the opportunity to meet people, put faces to names, meet new creators that I didn't even know about. You know, they didn't know about me. It was very, very cool. Seeing different personalities. having the opportunity to learn different ideas, like perfect example is seeing the rounds used for squares, you know, seeing different people's creativity was so cool, how they bling things up, different tastes in canvases. Definitely learned a lot. I got to meet Berta, who is pretty famous in the diamond for someone who doesn't have a channel. I think she's like more famous than most creators. So sweet, and met her little dog, and I got to see what she was working on, and how she was blinging it up. It's like insane, the things that people do, and like the creativity, you know, you can see why they like this craft. Very creative. So it gave you ideas, you learn different things. Rhonda brought rhinestone goddess creations, so I had never seen one of her canvases before. I don't own any of her canvases. I was not sure if she had licensed artwork. Now she has a website. I've never purchased from her yet, but that's on my list of companies that I'd like to purchase from, and try out. She brought quite a few, well, I think 3 from her company that were very cool. One was completed, and you got to see the drills, and the drills looked phenomenal. She didn't add any bling to it, and it was super shiny. So, you know, you got introduced to new companies, and it's cool because you got to see it before you buy it, right? Because usually you don't get to see anything until you buy it. So that was really neat. And I didn't realize, you know, I would have brought my mermaid's enchantment, but I didn't think of it. I didn't, you know, this is my first retreat, so I didn't know what people did. And a lot of people brought canvases that they completed to show off. And I was like, wow, that's a great idea. I didn't think of it, didn't know that was a thing. So yeah, if you go to a retreat and you have a canvas you're really super proud of and you'd like people to see, I would recommend bringing it. So the next retreat that I'm going to is next year. It's in Richmond, Virginia. It's called RVA. I think it's RVA. Yeah, Richmond, Virginia, right? Isn't VA Virginia? I don't know. But anyway, it's the RVA retreat. I think there's 10 spots open, people. So if you're interested in going to a diamond painting retreat, it's only $50 to reserve your spot. Why is this crooked? Oh, it's because my stand fell. Okay. Yeah, it's only $50 to reserve your spot. So if you're interested, look up RVA retreat and on Facebook. Yeah, I'm excited because Debbie and I are going, and I know Diamond Painting with Jack and Scrapping Sylvia are going, and I'm really excited to meet them. So, of course, it was super cool to meet Debbie. We've been talking since we both started our channels like a week apart. I started mine like February 18th. She started hers February 20-something, I think. And she reached out to me asking me a question about, I don't know, like my camera stand or something. And we started talking, and we've been talking ever since. So, of course, it was really cool to finally meet her. And we roomed together. We plan on rooming together in Virginia. She's super sweet and just relaxed, chill, easy to get along with. We did a lot of diamond painting. There were 2 classes available. Neither one of us went to either class. Honestly, I have zero interest in starting anything new or getting involved into a different craft. I just love the diamond painting, and I've put so much money into diamond painting at this point. I just am going to stick with this. I can't afford another craft at this point, and I really just don't have any interest in starting anything new. I know that some people just wanted to go just to, you know, try something new and have fun, not necessarily, but I know me. If I like something, next thing you know, it's like, it's a mess. So I was just like, I don't even trust myself. I'm here to diamond paint. I brought a diamond painting. I want to get as much of it done as I can. And so yeah, that's what I did. Another thing I really loved about the retreat was, hold on, my nose keeps running. I don't know why. And you keep looking crooked. Okay. There was no schedule. I mean, there was a schedule, like they were like, oh, the vendors are open from this time to this time. You know, lunch is being served from this time to this time. Door prizes are being called from this time to this time. Stuff like that. But you didn't have to be anywhere for anything. Like, you know, if you didn't care if your name got called when you showed up, they'll tell you, oh, your name got called, and you just get to pick your gift last, you know. If you didn't want to eat their lunch, then you just didn't have to be there for lunch, you know. If you didn't take a class, then you just didn't have to, you know. The only time you had to go anywhere is if you wanted to do the thing. You know, if you weren't shopping at the vendors, then it didn't matter. You know, you could literally never leave your seat. Ever. And you could stay up till 2 a.m. in the morning in diamond paint, or you could go to bed at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Or I guess in the evening. But, you know, the schedule was your schedule to make, and I love that. Like, you know, I love, because part of why I was looking forward to it was to just have no responsibility, right? So, like, I don't remember the last time I felt like I had no responsibility. I really don't. I can't even think of a time. You know, you could sleep in as late as you want, get up as early as you want. It was a beautiful thing. So I really took advantage of that. You know, I was getting up early, and 2 of the days, like obviously not the day I got there, but so we got there on Wednesday. Thursday morning, I got up early and I ran to the gym. I found a Planet Fitness fairly close by. It was like 17 miles away, so I had to, you know, we rented a minivan. Thank God we rented the minivan too, because between the 3 of us, it took up the whole trunk with the back row flattened. Because we each had a huge suitcase. It was me, Debbie, and Rhonda. And we each had a huge suitcase and a carry-on, which I'm telling you what, I don't think I'll ever fly anything but Delta again. Thank God when I was booking, I was talking to Debbie, and I think I was initially going to book American. And she was like, I don't know, I always fly Delta. And I was like, Delta? I was like, oh, you like them? And she's like, yeah, they're awesome. So I went and I looked and I was like, oh, I can fly Delta too. It's pretty much the same cost. So I went ahead and I changed my flights to Delta. And first of all, there was like this huge storm on Sunday before the retreat. And like 300 American airline flights were postponed. Something crazy. I don't know. But the Philadelphia airport was a hot mess. All these people traveling American Airlines. American Airlines wasn't the only airline that was affected, apparently. But they were, the majority of the flights that were canceled and delayed were American Airlines. And, yeah, people were stranded until, like, they were saying, oh, they are not able to get me out until Tuesday. This is Sunday night. I was at work, and it was on one of my patients' rooms. And I was like, oh, my God, is the Philly airport looking like that? Well, yeah, it was pretty bad. But when I went there on Wednesday, it was pretty easy. Like, I went through TSA. I didn't have any problems. But, you know, again, I was at the Delta, wherever, terminals or whatever. But when I landed, the Philly airport looked a mess. There was people laying on the floor. I was like, oh my goodness. Anyway, so Delta was awesome. The amount of leg room and space compared to like a Spirit airline, oh my God. I felt like I was in first class. I was so comfortable compared to when I flew. I remember flying to Florida. You know, we went for Bob's mom's 90th just a couple months ago. And I just remember thinking, this is for the birds. Like, this is horrible. I was so uncomfortable. And it was just awful. And I was like, thinking, God, I couldn't imagine being on this plane for 4 or 5 hours, because I was only on it for, you know, less than 2 or whatever. But I could imagine being on a Delta plane for 4 or 5 hours, no problem. It was very comfortable. They had free Wi-Fi. I was able to listen to my Spotify the whole time. They gave out free snacks. They offered me either Biscoff or Sun Chips. And when I went and checked in my luggage, first of all, it was $30 for my check-in luggage. $30. I paid $70 for Spirit. Like, they make you think you're getting a deal on your ticket. They're like, oh, it's only $170 to go to Florida. And then you pay $70 each way for your luggage. Yeah, it's a racket. I ended up spending less for these Detroit tickets than I did for the Florida tickets, for sure. And on top of it, with the Delta, the weight limit of your luggage is 50 pounds. With Spirit, it's 40. And thank God, because my luggage was 50.0 on the way back. It was on the dot. But anyway, when I printed up my luggage sticker, it asked me, would you like to check in your carry-on for free? So then I got a free, because I was going to carry, you know, my Vera Bradley bag as my personal bag. And then I had my carry-on, and it asked, and it let me check it. So I didn't have to worry about my carry-on anymore. I was so happy. So I checked my carry-on for free. And on the way back, Debbie was like, if we check our bags outside, it's a lot faster. So we went outside. I was like, I don't know. I've never done that before. And we went outside. There was no line because there was a line inside. And we went right up to the guys and they said, put your suitcase on the scale. So I did. And I said to the guy, I said, are you going to let me check my carry-on for free? I'm like, because the computer did on the way here, it let me check my carry-on in for free. And he was like, well, what's it look, what size is it? And I went to grab it. He's like, I don't care. He's like, yeah, I'll give it to you for free. It's cool. I was like, okay. And so I got my carry-on checked in twice for free. It would have been checked in anyway, because at the gate, I was zone 7, and the guy in front of me, he was trying to get it on the plane, and the lady's like, no, we're full. She said, if you're in zone 7, just bring your bag up now, because we're not going to have room for it, and that guy didn't listen. So she ended up printing up a label for him and making him put it to the side. So mine would have gotten checked anyway, but then I didn't have to worry about it, dragging it around in the airport. So, yeah. Delta, I give like 5 stars. I am always going to fly Delta. Now, when I go to this Virginia one, I'm going to drive because it's only like 4.5 hours away. And I can pack, you know, a lot more stuff. I told Debbie, I said, listen, I'll bring you a light pad so you don't have to fly with that. So I'm going to bring stuff for her just to save her luggage space, you know. And because it's a pain in the butt trying to get all your stuff back too. And I forget what I was going to say. So yeah, that was my experience on the plane. My plane experience was really, really good. You know, I sat next to 2 on the way there and back, 2 guys. They were very nice. You know, we just kept to ourselves, plenty of room. And I slept both ways. I always sleep. I take Dramamine. I don't even know if I need it, but it makes me pass out and I sleep. On the way there, though, I have to go to the bathroom again. See, this. I was just going to say, on the way there, though, I went to the bathroom before I boarded. And not right before I boarded, but, you know, I looked at the time. I was like, all right, let me go to the bathroom, whatever. And then by the time we got on the plane and everything, I had to go again, but I'm like looking at the seatbelt thing and it still says that we need to be fastened, right? That we can't get up because they say you can't get up until I take the seatbelt, keep your seatbelt fastened sign off. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I have to go to the bathroom. And they start coming down with the carts. So I say to the guy, I'm like, the guy next to me, I'm like, did they say we can take our seatbelts off? Because I have to go to the bathroom. And he's like, yeah, I think you can. And he says, yeah, once this cart goes by, you know, I'll get up so you can go to the bathroom. I'm like, all right, thank you. So we're waiting for the cart to go by. And then the next flight attendant starts bringing a cart down right behind her. I'm thinking, oh, great. Now I got to wait for this one. And I'm like tapping my foot, pretending it's to the music, but it's really because I have to go to the bathroom so bad. And then the lady that's behind the first lady with the cart, she had to keep leaving her cart to go get like hot water for the people asking for like tea and stuff. And I'm thinking, oh my God, hurry up, please. So then she finally gets past us and he's up before I even, like he's up, he gets his seatbelt off because he knows I have to go. And I get up and I get my seatbelt off. Well, I get my seatbelt off, I get up. As soon as I take a step into the aisle, a lady in front of us that was well past the carts for a while, she stands up and she goes to the bathroom before me. And I'm thinking, great. I said, well, I said to myself, there's always 2. No, there wasn't. There was only 1. So then I had to stand up there and wait for her. I had to go so bad. I said to the guy, I'm sorry, I already have to go to the bathroom. I have the bladder of a 3-year-old. So there you go. So when on the way back, as soon as they called the first zone, because I was zone 7, I went to the bathroom. I was like, this is not happening again. I'm not going to be uncomfortable. But yeah, it was a good flight. Both flights were uneventful. Actually, the second flight was kind of eventful, but I slept through it. The first flight, we got there early. We landed early. I guess we were going with the wind. The second flight, we got late. We got there late because there was a storm rolling in. We were flying with the storm. And I guess he had announced, but I couldn't hear because I had my Beats on. And I was listening to Spotify and sleeping. I think he had said that they had to go they were instructed to go a different route, which extended our flight time. But I couldn't tell. I didn't feel like we were in the air longer. But Bob said that, you know, he was watching the flight tracker and all of a sudden it added on a bunch of minutes. And he was like, wait, what happened? And I guess that's when he was instructed to take a different route to try to avoid the storm. So he had to wait a little longer for me. And then when he pulled up, he put my bags in the trunk. Well, he has a pickup truck with one of those rolling like covers. So he put my bags in there, and I went to go get in the cab. He's like, wait, and he opens up the back door, and there's Moogie sitting there. I was like, oh my God. And then as we're driving, I climbed into the back seat and I like laid with her. She's so cute. I'm taking her actually to my friend's house today for a puppy play date and swim. We're going to go to her parents' house. They have a pool, and see what she does. But mostly so she can play with my friend's dog again. And see if they're going to go outside because my friend has a fenced-in yard. So we'll take him out back and see how they play off leash, like in an open yard, you know, because they didn't get to do that here. But yeah, so that was my flight experience. It was pretty easy. Got through TSA both times, no problems. Like the lines were pretty short. Yeah, it was pretty uneventful. And then I met up with Rhonda first because Debbie's flight was the last one to land. And I met up with Rhonda first. She took the tram over to the Delta area in baggage claim. So we sat there and we talked for a while. And then when Debbie showed up, you know, we took a shuttle over to the car rental place. As soon as we got there, in the shuttle, I started having like a hypoglycemic event. All of a sudden, I started pouring sweat. I was so hot, and I was eating pretzels, shocker. I had a bag of pretzels in my bag, and I have pretzels now. And I'm like, oh, no. It wasn't pretzels. It was animal crackers. I actually picked up a bag of animal crackers. Or did I? I ate pretzel. I was eating pretzels when Rhonda showed up. I finished the bag, though. So I didn't have any more in my bag. So I was eating animal crackers, which, I don't know, I was having a hankering for. And they're really good. I like them. All right. I had to go to the bathroom again. And I had to fix, you guys. The stand keeps falling over, so I think I fixed it. Okay, anyway. So yeah, that was my travel experience. I did really good. I said to the girls, I'm going to Walmart to get big girl panties because I'm a big girl now. Yeah, I traveled by myself. I haven't done that since my like early 20s, before I was ever married. So pretty proud of myself. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm excited for the next one. There was really nowhere to like go. Wasn't like it was like a lot of country, a lot of farmland. Like when I drove to Planet Fitness, it was just farmland. Farmland, 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 farmland. And then there was like a Dollar General. And then farmland, 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 farmland. And then all of a sudden, it broke open into like everything you could ever want and need. It was like a Walmart. The Planet Fitness was right next to Hobby Lobby. There was a Michael's, a Kohl's. I guess there was a grocery store. I don't know, because the Walmart was a super Walmart. So I always went there. And there was, what else? Oh, I mean, just everything. I'm sure there was a Target. I don't know. I know there was a Kohl's. Yeah, and it was just like a city. It was like country, 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 city. Like, here we are. Do all your shopping before you go back into the country. I was like, I'm used to like drive Wawa, then drive next block, Dunkin' Donuts, drive the next block, Kohl's, drive the next block, ShopRite, drive the next block, pizza place and Chinese food, drive the next block. Like, that's what I'm used to. I'm not used to like just lots of, and like even I'm in a more rural area where I am, and you know, there's a lot of land and farms around me, but even here it's like still you drive and you know, there's like land and there's a Wawa, and then there's land, and then there's Chinese food, and then there's land, and then there's pizza and a pharmacy. And so it's still like kind of a mixture of both, I guess. But yeah, there wasn't a whole lot. And Debbie and I went to the hot tub. We only went to the hot tub one time. I don't know, she might have told this story, but we talked about it every day. We were like, let's go to the hot tub. Well, the first night, it closed a little early. I think it closed at 10 o'clock. And then, I can't remember, but I know it was open later, you know, on the weekends. And so on Saturday, it was open till midnight. And Friday night, we actually stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning diamond painting. Like, I was, like, determined to finish my row. So it took me until, like, we closed the shop, basically. They were like, okay, we got to leave. We got to lock the doors. And I was like, okay. And I was just lucky enough to finish, right? So then I was too tired to do it on Saturday night. Although, you know, I thought initially, I was like, well, this is the night of all nights to stay up, you know? But I didn't. I went to Planet Fitness Thursday morning and Friday morning. Saturday, I was like, I'm just going to enjoy. This is going to be all about diamond painting today because we leave tomorrow. And we left early on Sunday. So we left at like 9 o'clock in the morning. So basically all we had time to do was wake up. We woke up, we, you know, took our showers, got ready, and just finished packing what we left out to take our showers and stuff. And then we had to leave. We didn't even get a cup of coffee because our plan was to go. They had, at this place, they had across the street in the same parking lot, they had a restaurant that had a buffet, which we hit the first night, and it was so good. They had amazing rolls. They had these pickled beets that were just so yummy. Fried chicken. It was really delicious. And I ate a lot. I was so hungry. And we never went back, but I heard about this bakery, and on Friday night, I was talking to someone and I saw she had this gorgeous donut. It was really pretty and it looked really delicious. And I've been like craving a donut ever since I saw it. And I said to her, wow, where'd you get that? I was hoping that there was more on the snack table, to be honest with you. And she was like, oh, at the bakery. And I'm thinking, ooh, hitting that tomorrow morning. Yes, that was Saturday night. Well, so when Rhonda got in the van, I was like, we're going to go to the bakery if you're okay with that. And she's like, yeah. We wanted to get coffee and I wanted to get donuts. And they were closed on Sunday. I was so sad. So I was like, all right, well, we'll stop, when we see a coffee place. We drove an hour and a half and never passed a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts. I kid you not. We were all keeping our eyes peeled. Nothing. It was crazy. So we finally, because we wanted to fill up the tank, very close to the rental place, we stopped at a place that's very similar to Wawa. It's called a Circle K. And I was about to get coffee, but we were like 10 minutes away from the airport at this point. And Debbie said something. I was like, oh, you know what? You're right. Because now I'm going to be dragging around my personal bag, my carry-on, and a coffee. That's not going to, that doesn't make sense. I'll just wait till we get to the airport at this point. So we get to the rental place, which was a fiasco because they were doing construction, and I missed the turn twice. I had to go in the same circle 2 times. I was following the GPS. The GPS didn't know where to go. And it wasn't very clear. I say it wasn't very clear, but whatever. We went around in circles like 3 times. We finally figured it out. And we go to the rental place. We drop the van off. And we go over to the shuttles, and Rhonda knew that she was going to be, she was supposed to be on our shuttle, but she double checked and she asked someone, and they told her, no, you take this shuttle. And she was like, oh. So she said, I'll meet you guys there. We were like walking onto our shuttle, and we were like, okay. Well, we get there, and my flight was the one that was leaving the earliest. So we were like, maybe we should go through TSA. We'll meet her on the other side, because TSA's line looked pretty long. And, last thing you want to do is be late. And Detroit Airport's supposedly really big. So we go through TSA, and we're on the other side, and we're like, oh, we're through TSA. Well, her check-in counter wasn't even open yet. So we ended up not seeing her. Debbie and I went to lunch by ourselves. I was like, oh man, I didn't even get to give you a hug. We weren't expecting to part that way, but yeah, that sucked. So she was stuck on the other side because, we had our flights. My flight initially was supposed to be the last one to take off, and Delta kept changing it over the months, and it ended up being the first one to take off. So we had to be there a little earlier because of me. Initially, I wasn't supposed to take off until like 5 something, and then it ended up being, I had a board by 2:19 after they were done. They changed my flights 3 times. So I ended up being the reason why we had to be there so early. And I think Debbie's and Rhonda's flights were a lot closer in time to each other. So that stinks. But everybody's plane was on time. Everybody got home safe and sound. So that's all that matters. And trying to think what else. What else about the actual travel? Well, I think that's it with the travel. So anyway, so every night, Debbie and I said, let's go to the hot tub. And then we would get into the diamond painting zone and we wouldn't move our butts off the seat. And next thing you know, we're like, oh, it's closing in a half hour. And so then we're like, oh, we'll go tomorrow. Well, finally on Saturday night, we packed it up a little early because we were down there all day. I didn't even go to the gym. We were tired from being up till 2 o'clock in the morning the night before. And we had a lot of packing to do. Like we had to go through all of our stuff, the stuff that we received from our Secret Santas, from our swag, all that stuff. So we were like, let's go and pack. So we went upstairs early and we packed. And by the time we were done packing and getting everything situated in our bags, it was like 11:30. And we were like, oh, it's too late to go to the pool. So then I said to her, you know, it's a hot tub. It's really hot. We probably can't sit in it for more than 15 minutes anyway. We should just run down there and sit in it for 15 minutes. Maybe we can get away with, 30 if they don't kick us out, and just get the soreness out of our muscles because we had been sitting all day. And so she's like, yeah, let's do that. So we got our suits on. We ran downstairs, and there was someone from our group there. Her name is Rebecca. She's gorgeous. She's so cute. So she was down there. So the 3 of us were down there. And we're sitting there. We're just chit-chatting, getting the stress out of our muscles. It felt amazing. And as soon as I got in, I was like, oh, why didn't we do this every night? I was like kicking myself. So I highly recommend, if there's something that you think you're going to enjoy, do it the first night so that if you really do like it, you're going to do it. You have all the rest of the nights to do it. Don't do it on the last night and be like, oh, like now I know. Because you can't get the time back. But if you like it, then you know you can plan for it every night. If you don't like it, then you know you're not missing anything. So yeah, I'm kicking myself about that. But it felt so good to get the knots and the stress. Well, I actually don't think I had any knots, but it just, like, the soreness from lifting, because I did go to the gym, it felt so good to be in that water. So we're sitting in there, right? And we're just talking, chilling. It's so relaxing. And next thing you know, pop! I mean, all the lights for miles, I think, because it was the darkest I have ever been in. Like, it was pitch black dark. You couldn't see your hand in front of you. It was so dark. And we were surrounded by windows, but you couldn't see anything. It was just pitch black dark. And I had like a panic attack because I was submerged in this water, and it was I don't know what happened, but I got so scared. I was like, oh no, 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 no. Like, I literally jumped up and was like, I got to get out of this water. I got to get out of this water. And I climbed out, and I was thinking to myself, you're going to slip. You're going to break your head open. I'm like, I don't care. I need to get out of this freaking water. I couldn't see anything. I felt like I was in a scary movie. It was the weirdest feeling. I can't even describe it, but I was completely petrified. And I'm like, and thank God Rebecca had her cell phone on her, because I didn't bring mine. Debbie didn't bring hers. And she turned the flashlight on. And you could see me. I'm like crouched up, like soaking wet on the side of the hot tub, like just standing there, like hunched over, terrified. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God you have that thing. I don't even know. I've never been in like water, like submerged in water in pitch black darkness like that before. So it was the weirdest feeling. I don't even know how to describe it, but I guess it would be like, you know, if you were in your bathtub and your bathroom had no windows, and you know, you turned out all the lights and covered all the cracks up with towels. I don't know. It was scary. That's all I'm going to say. I was scared. And so I said to Debbie, there's this place near us, and I always said that I would love to do this because I thought it would be so fun, where they have it's on a lake, and in the summertime, they bring out this big projector over the lake, and they play Jaws. And at night, they play Jaws, and you sit in inner tubes watching it. And I thought that would be, yeah, no. Kimba can't roll with that. I realized, I was like, yeah, I would probably be screaming. I would, yeah, no. Now I know. That's not the event for me. It sounds like fun, but it doesn't sound like fun. Not anymore. It sounds terrifying. So, yeah, that happened. It was really scary. So then we walked to our room. The elevators were out. I think the backup generator kicked in. So the lights that they needed were running along the hallways and stuff, but like none of our room lights worked. So we had to get dressed in the dark and get changed out of our wet bathing suits. And it wasn't too long. It was like a few more minutes after that the lights kicked in. And we were like, okay, that's enough excitement for today. I only feel like starring in Nightmare on Elm Street once. So actually it felt like Friday the 13th or something. It was really creepy. So yeah, that happened. I would have much rather been down in the room diamond painting with like all the people than 3 girls in a hot tub. It was so scary. There were people in the pool though. They were just chilling. Like we like left, and I guess they knew that the lights would be back on soon, and they were just standing around. I don't know if they went back in the pool or not, but our initial thought was, is this how they're kicking us out of the, like, you could have just, like, announced it. But then we realized, no, it is, like, darker than dark. So, yeah, so that's mostly the event. Everybody was really nice and friendly. Yeah, there were some people that they were diamond painters. They were there to diamond paint. There were some people that I don't think they diamond painted at all. You know, it was whatever you wanted it to be. So met a lot of really cool people. Met someone who has been on the road since like March or April. They have a camper, and they haven't been home since March or April. I'm like, that is so cool. I used to, when I did home care, one of the couples that I went to see and do some education for, they were so cool. They were done doing it, but at some point in their lives, they sold all their stuff and they bought a camper, and they just went from campground to campground in the United States. And they had all these pictures of them in different parts of the United States, like overlooking different bodies of water. It was really pretty in their house, all these memories. And they're like, oh, that we were in Oregon there, we were in Idaho there, we were in Florida there. It was really cool. And they told me they subscribed to this thing called, I think it was Thousand Oaks, and it was like a membership, and then you could stay at designated campgrounds. It was almost like a timeshare. It sounded like almost like a timeshare for campgrounds, where you paid so much a month, and then you could go to whatever campground subscribed to it for, you know, X amount of weeks or whatever. And that way you got access and exposure to a bunch of different campgrounds. And then they said if you liked one, you know, you could just pay and stay a month at a time. So it was really, really cool. And if you didn't like it, then you just packed up and you went to the next. So I was talking to her. She was very sweet. Because they had a campground like on site, and so I think their camper was there, you know, and her husband was there. Very cool. So he would come and have breakfast with her. It was so sweet. It was really cute. I loved it. I think I'm in my forever home, but if I was in a home that I eventually would sell, I wouldn't mind like traveling like that and just staying in a camper. Because Bob and I had a fifth wheel, and we always felt like this is all we need. Well, that was before diamond painting. Now I don't know what I would do with my stash. But back then it was like it was so easy to keep clean. And, you know, we each had our own captain's chair that we sat and watched TV in and all that. So it was really cool. And like, for the most part in my life, I'm pretty simple. Like, I don't need a whole lot. But I don't think that comes off like that when in the diamond painting. In the diamond painting, it's like you can't get enough. You can't get enough pens. You can't get enough trays. You can't get enough diamond paintings. It's like it's the complete opposite of how I am in my, like, my girlfriend. She's like, Kim, I wanted you to go through my clothes because I'm never gonna fit in them, and they're from really nice places like Black House White Market. Is that the store? You know, New York and Company and stuff like that. And she's like, you know, see if you can fit in any. So when I was over at her house, I was trying on all of her clothes, and they were fitting me, and they were like all these name brand, beautiful clothes. And I'm like, you know, tubs of them. And then she's going into this closet and this closet and this closet. I'm like, Jesus, when do you have time to wear all these? How did you have time to shop for all these? Like, I couldn't believe how much clothes she had. And she's like, well, this isn't even half of them. There's like a bunch of bags that I put you know, for Goodwill with the shirts if you want to go through them. I'm like, well, not right now, because like I had gone shopping in her closet for like 2 hours at this point, and I can't stand shopping. So I was like, I'm good. She's like, all right, well, hold on to them next time you come over. You can look through them. And I was just like, and she says to me, well, if you have any clothes that, you know, you can't fit into because they're bigger, you know, I'll look at them. And I was like, well, first of all, I don't shop at Black House White Market and New York Company, okay? You know, this tank top that you're looking at is from Walmart, and I've had it for like 6 years. Like, I'm like, I don't think you're gonna want my clothes, even if it did fit you. Because yeah, like I got a dress off of Amazon for my Florida trip. Like, so yeah, I shop at Target and Walmart and Amazon. I don't even like to go shop for my clothes. So I'm like, yeah, I don't think that you would want my stuff, even if it did fit you. Not that I have a lot of it. I have like 2 pairs of jeans. She literally had like 15 pairs of jeans, 15 pairs of jeans shorts. I was like, geez, oh man, like you could literally wear an outfit every day of the year and never wear something twice. Like, this is crazy. I don't have clothes like that. Like, and a lot of my clothes are very old. Like, she came over, when she came over with Duchess, I was wearing these linen pants, and she's like, oh, those are cute. Are they new? And I'm like, no, I got these. I said, I got these when I went down to Florida for my brother-in-law's wedding. And this was, she's like, huh? What year did he get married? He got married, I think, in 2012. 2012. I was like, yeah. I've had these since like 2012. So, yeah. No, they're not new. And then I was wearing the white linen pants that I wore to my brother's Memorial Day party last year. I got for my other brother-in-law's wedding when in Virginia, and he got married before that, because they got married before me and Bob did, and we got married in 2011. So I think they got married in 2009 or 2010. And I still wear them. I'm going to wear them today. So yeah, I don't shop very often. And yeah. But those white linen pants I did get from Macy's, and the linen pants that she asked me about I got from Victoria's Secret. So I guess because of the company that I got them from, like, they lasted that long. I don't know. They still look new. Like, not new, but they're you know, they're not raggedy. I don't know why. I am gonna finish this square. So that was my what's it called? My retreat experience. Maybe you guys think it sounds a little boring. Probably people there thought I was pretty boring. I'm like, well, that's who I am. I say it on my channel all the time. I'm shy. I'm very shy. I do really well with like 1 or 2 people, but like 60 people, that's, you know, I keep more to myself. I more observe and, like, maybe go up to people and talk to them one-on-one, but like, I'm not, you know, I don't need Like I'm never going to enter a room and just try to like, be like, hey, like that's not me. It's just never has been. But there we go. Look at these squares. Look at these squares. I'm going to zoom you in. Hold on. Look at those squares. That is with the light pad on. Let me turn it off. Look at that. Gorgeous. So pretty. Do you love it? And the only thing in this square that I personally added were these, which are the light color. Yeah. And it's supposed to be this. So just added a little sheen. But yeah. All right, guys. That is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out. If you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. I would love to have you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Keep diamond painting.